she is just a natural leader. Anyone who's ever met her knows that. And also just the sort of vibe she sets in any room she's in is she's there to work, but she's also there to have a good time. Her taste is impeccable, in the role she's played and also what she's choosing to produce. And it's just sort of, thank God that she's chosen to move in that direction because she's what the industry needs in a leadership position. The main thrust of the movie shows that we really can't do the hardest things in life alone, and that we're not alone, and there's people struggling all around us, and there's people that can help us and that we can help. And it's just a great message, and it's done so brilliantly. Same with Brian Tyree Henry. You just think, well, these people have it all together. They don't need anybody. But yeah, really, right next to you could be somebody who you could really help ease their pain, and who could really be who you need to talk to ease your own. And I just think that comes across in the movie so well.
My favorite part was definitely the cast and crew that came on board. I'm a huge Jack Fisk fan. I absolutely worship him, and so it was amazing to have him come. And I just think that the actors that came on board just brought their own special quality to the film that just really made it what it was. I think that she was always supposed to be the person to play Lindsay with just her quiet strength. She's so brilliant in that role. But I think what people are going to realize with this film is what a brilliant producer she is and how smart she is, if they didn't already realize that, and just what she's capable of bringing to the screen, capable to bringing roles for women. Just kind of a really great, amazing thing that she's done with this film. The film started with a character that came back and had to readjust to civilian life, and what that was like for women that came back with TBIs, trying to, come back into civilian life, re-enter it, and just the struggles and the challenges they face, and the fact that it got to be a story told by women about a woman, and obviously the beautiful, Brian as well. But I think that there's just such power in that. I think that at the end of the day, I would really love it to be that they understand that human connection and human empathy is really what helps move us through trauma.
She was a wonderful person. I never really had the sense on set that she was my boss, though I knew she was. And she was just very supportive, really the kind of number one on the call sheet that every actor loves to have on a set. It makes for a very calm and supportive set when you have someone like that. Well, I just love working with Lila. I was a big admirer of hers from New York theater, and I had been desperate to work with her for a while, so I was thrilled at the opportunity. I hope they're moved by it, as I was. I think it's a tremendously moving and uplifting movie, ultimately. It is intense. It's an important topic. We have so many veterans all around us struggling with PTSD, but it is an uplifting movie.
It's surreal. It's totally overwhelming. My family's here, Lila's family are here to have the cast and the rest of the crew, the writers. It's the first time the entire group has essentially been together, so it's super meaningful. probably the camaraderie. I mean, it's the best part of making art, is that it's collaborative. And this one was challenging because of the pandemic and the number of pushes we had, and it just further bound this group of people and makes tonight all the more rewarding and gratifying. Oh man, it's the best. I'm so glad that she is producing. I think that Jen's artistic scope exceeds what might make sense for her as an actor. And so producing allows her to tell, different kinds of stories, maybe even to produce things she's not starring in. And I just think she has a lot to offer the medium, a lot more than just a heartbreaking performance. So this, of course, allowed her to showcase that.
This is my hometown. I'm a New York native. Many of my friends and my family will see the movie for the first time tonight. It actually feels very overwhelming. It's really moving and very humbling to actually share what you make with your own community. It's been incredible to be able to share it with people across the country and abroad, but this is a very special night for me. I was blessed with such astonishing riches in this company of actors. Every single one of them. The entire supporting cast in this film, they are people that I knew from the New York theater community. And there was such joyousness in feeling that at home on set. So I feel really honored to have been spoken of in any remotely positive lens by them. I really worship these actors. I admire them so profoundly. And I'm sort of ecstatic that many of them are here tonight actually together for the first time in the course of this movie's life. People have asked me, were you working for her? Was she working for you? Producer, actor. The feeling has always been so clearly that we are working together for the film. She is just an unbelievable right-hand woman. She was my co-pilot in every sense, every aspect of this film, and the privilege and pleasure of that is not lost on me. Certainly for any veteran or service member who sees this film, it's certainly among my great hopes for this film that they might see some truth reflected back to them, and that recognition might have some small value. More broadly, some awareness or heightened awareness that recovery and healing are not necessarily linear processes, that no two recovery processes necessarily look alike, and that meaningful change of any kind is often charted in steps that can look very small from the outside, but are nonetheless hard-fought, difficult, and involve a lot of resilience.
Well, New York is New York, and this was where Luke and I came into the project, was coming to New York, meeting with Jennifer Lawrence and Justine, and really embracing the project in all of its drama. And I mean, it's always fun to come to New York, but on an occasion like this, it's even better.
He's a super pro. Really brilliant, really genius, and just very active. And it was wonderful. It was an honor.
It's such a sensitive role, and I think Jen's contribution to our understanding of Lindsay, the character, was really important. We got to sit in a room and go through the script, and that's such a special opportunity to do that with your star, who's actually also your producer. So it was a really intimate collaboration.
I didn't know she was producing this film at all. I didn't know that, but just working with her is just it's just like working with maybe like another friend, it's not just an actor or an actress. I mean, it's just, she's really so humble. I feel like she's just like a hippie. She has a hippie soul. It's so easy to work with, and I'm just so fortunate to just have that chance to even teach her some ASL myself personally. I feel like that was very important. That she was signing, and it was very similar and authentic in the film, and I had that opportunity from the very beginning, and she picked up very fast. People were asking me, hey, how do you think she did? How do you think she does? And I just thought she just have a natural photogenic memory, so she was just picking it all up really, really quick. Well, I work with the director. She really respected my acting, what I wanted to address as a character in this film. I mean, she was just so amazing to work with. Everything just blended really, really well.
There's this quote by Besser van der Kolk that says that trauma is when one's reality is not seen or known. And I think that in this film, it really highlights trauma, and we just get to see these two characters' traumas be seen and known, and how they get to share it. And I hope that audiences, I hope it sheds light and it allows them also just to see their own trauma and how you can share that. It's such a beautiful film because of that. Oh man, I learned so much from Jen. She was so sweet. I remember one time we were shooting and it was just so hot, and she was so attentive, and even just working with her, she would always guide you and direct you of where the best camera angle was. But it was brief, but I truly thank her for this opportunity and just getting to work with her. It was New Orleans. I loved the cast. I loved the ensemble. It was just an all-around pleasant experience to be a part of, just to be able to collaborate with those guys. And also, like, the director, she's just amazing. I can't say enough. It was just a truly a wonderful experience.
That we can help each other. That's pretty much it. Is that it's all we got is each other, and there's nothing that you've gone through that someone else hasn't gone through as well. So to know you're not alone. I guess that's it. Finally, you're not alone. Well, it was just a joy to meet her first. I'll never forget. She said, "Oh, I'm just Jen," and I just thought that was so great. And then it was just a delight to work with her on this project particularly. Yeah, I mean, you got a great project. You got Lila and you got Jen and you got, and Brian and Jane Howdeshell. I mean, and then everybody that was on the film. It was great to be a part of it, even though I didn't see everybody. But to see them all in New Orleans was great.